Hello, my name is Nate. Welcome to my art channel. I just got back from my retreat in Tucson, Arizona. We had 15 people. It was such a magical time. Oh my God, we had so much fun. Everybody was fearless, tried things they'd never done before. We worked as teams, we worked as individuals, we made some beautiful art and just had a lot of laughs and a great time. And I'm so excited to do a couple more of those next year. More details to follow. But tonight I'm going to do a pour for some friends of mine. His favorite color is blue and her favorite color is purple. So I've based my color palette on that, and I'm working on a 24 by 36 inch deep edge canvas. And I did a demonstration of a ribbon pour when we were at the retreat, and I used some truly ugly colors, for me, a really, really ugly color combination. It was like, individually the colors are beautiful, but together they were just not. And it ended up being one of my favorites of the entire workshop. So I'm going to do another one because I'm inspired to try it again. The ribbon pours are so much fun, and they're so versatile. You can really kind of find your own style within the technique, because you know the easy part is pouring it in ribbons. What you do after it is where your creativity comes in. So I'm really going to play with this tonight. I mixed up my paints 2 days ago. I have Amsterdam, what is it called? My deep purple one here. It's Permanent Blue Violet from Amsterdam. And then this one is DecoArt Metallics Peacock Pearl, but it was very, very thin, and I wanted a medium consistency, so I also added in some Amsterdam Turquoise Blue. And you can see that my paints leave a mound and a mound, but they disappear fairly quickly. If you drizzle them in a circle, they leave about a 2-second trace, so it's a nice medium consistency. And then I have some DecoArt 24 karat gold, and I have some cloud mix with DecoArt satin enamels and Artist Loft soft body white. So I have a really very balanced and harmonious color palette here. I'm sorry. And then I have some leftover table scrapings from my slop bucket. It started off a little bit kind of turquoise gray, and I added some Payne's Gray to it to darken it up a bit. So I really love this color palette because I have really strong contrast between these two colors, the dark purple and the white. And then I have a couple of key colors that are mid-tone range, but they're harmonious. Blue and purple on the opposite side of the color wheel is yellow and orange. So this gold gives me some harmony. 3-part harmony there, isn't that pretty? And so I'm really in love with this color palette. I think it's going to be beautiful. I did mix up my paints about 2 days ago to let the air bubbles settle and rise. There's still going to be some air bubbles in it because of the consistency, but I realized I didn't mix in a base coat. So I've just strained this, thickened it up with some gloss medium, and then added some water. So I've stirred this up and strained it 4 times. In the last 20 minutes, so there's going to be a lot of air bubbles in this. So the first thing I'm going to do, actually I'm going to use the measuring cup that I've got here. The first thing I'm going to do is put down a bit of a base coat, and I'm going to tilt it out to let some of those air bubbles pop while I'm layering my cup. I'll start with that cup and finish with this one, because I don't want air bubbles, the little pinholes of this color as much. So I'm going to put it down now before I layer my other colors, and hopefully some of those air bubbles will rise while I'm doing the other parts. We're just going to tilt this out, get a nice base for my other colors to slide around on. Cups. Yeah, it was too thin, so I had to add some gel gloss to it. It is much easier to thin paints down than it is to thicken them up. You have to add something besides just water when you're wanting to thin it. That's probably good enough. Okay, we'll give that a pop first. And after we layer our cups, we'll do it again. Hopefully that will take care of most of the air bubbles, at least in the base coat. I came back with a bit of the sniffle, so excuse me when I'm sniffing here. I think I only need 3 cups. Yeah, a 24 by 36 inch canvas, you only need 30 ounces of paint. So I'm going to start these with different colors. The first one, let's start with some white with my cloud mix. And I'm gonna put the Peacock Pearl directly on top of that. I am running this down the side of my cup rather than trying to get a dirty layer. I'm trying to stack these colors on top of each other. And I'm gonna do at least 2 layers of each in there. In fact, I want more of that purple. And I'm gonna put both of the metallics, the Peacock Pearl and the gold, in between non-metallics. I prefer to do it that way because if you have something that's shiny, it's nice to have something not shiny beside it so that it looks like it's, so it allows it to shine. There we go. Can't talk and paint at the same time. I can already see more air bubbles rising. This is going to work out. Let's start this one with the deep purple. And we'll put the blue right on top of it. White, oop, dirty layered that a little bit. And the gold. A little bit of purple. Peacock Pearl and some more white. There we go. Those cups are pretty full. This time, let's end with the gold. Save this cup for last. End with the gold. And we put the purple, all the rest of the purple right on top of that. There won't be as much paint in this cup. And the Peacock Pearl. White. And gold. There we go. I'll scrape those cups into my slop bucket later so I'm not wasting any paint. Let's go ahead and pop our air bubbles again. A few more came up. I can still see some in there. We're not going to be able to get them all. Okay, let's do the fun part now. Okay. Let's start. We're going to start off with the puddle here because there's always a big blob on the first pour out. There we go. And I'm going to pour fairly quickly because I don't want wobbly lines. I want straight lines. Oh, this is pretty. Nice. And I love that negative space color too. Yay. Save a little bit that's in that cup. Let's start this one right here. It's nice to get a variety of sizes of lines in here too. Some little thin ones amongst the bigger ones. Oh, I'm loving this color palette. Okay, where do I need some gold? Because I have gold on top of this cup. So I've got quite a bit here, not as much here, so we're gonna start it right about there. Not as much purple on this side. What do I have? Do I have a little bit left in this cup? Maybe if I have some in here. I'll put some purple and some of the blue together. Shake it up a little bit. Most we're gonna get. Okay, I think we're done. I'll scrape those cups here in a minute. Oh, I'm getting some cells coming up in here. That's nice. Now, I was thinking that I might wreck this, but now that I see it, I don't think I will. And I am gonna pop the air bubbles again before I do anything else. All right, I've got the paint is very close to this edge, but it's a little further away on this side. So I think we're gonna go that direction first. But let's just, since I poured this in ribbons, we need to kind of integrate this a bit. So we're going to just tilt it back and forth a little bit to make sure that there's no waves of paint. We want a solid puddle to maneuver around. And then we're going to walk it down. Trying a bit of a different camera setup, so I hope I'm on camera here. Go off this corner. Anywhere that it goes over the edge, it's going to anchor in that place. And once it's there, it's not going to move much. So I'm just going to tilt that back so I don't lose any more of it. And now I have my choice. I could go bring the weight of the paint back to the center, and then I have my choice of going to any of these three corners, but I think I'm going to anchor this side first. So we're going to come back a little more towards the center again. This is so pretty. And we're going to come down to that corner. And I'm going to try and get a bit of a hook shape there in the middle. By anchoring that like that. So when I pull this back, it's going to stretch kind of in a U shape. Yes, okay. Let's bring our paint back down towards the center. A little bit of wonkiness happening there. I'm not sure if I like it yet. But I've got lots of paint, so I can choose what parts I want to keep. So now go down here and come off this side and that corner. Pull it down, come back to the center a little bit. And then we're going to get that corner and those sides at the same time. I've got full coverage. Love that. Not sure about this wonkiness here, but I love that there too. Ooh, pretty. I've got some pretty cells on that side. There's more blue on one side and more purple on the other. I like that. I'm gonna keep what's in the center here, and I'm gonna tilt off what's on the edges. So we're just gonna go back and forth. Got lots of paint to lose. And that's good. I may lose those really pretty cells. That's a shame. I don't want to lose those cells. Let's think about that for a minute. I do need to lose a little more paint. But I could lose a little more of that down here, I guess. Go right back to where we just were. Take off a bit more. Let's bring it this way though. Towards the center, moving much more slowly now, so I can choose to leave it here if I want to. I would like to get a little bit more motion right there in the center. So I'm just going to bring, while the weight's in the center, I'm going to bring the whole thing down this direction. Oh yeah, I love that. That's great. And I like that it's off center as well. I've still got my little scallop on that side. This stretched out really pretty. I kept those cells. I'm happy with that. That's really pretty. Okay, let me clean up my sides and edges and I will bring you in for a close-up. Okay, sorry about my ring lights, but I wanted to show you an overhead view. I really love this composition. Most of the lines are going this way. Obviously, there's a little bit of curve to them, but these unexpected motion areas here, like this, and like this, and a little bit of up in here, there's a little swirl amongst that darkness with the cells. Those little areas give yours an eye a place to start and then move to. So if your eye starts here, it'll travel to here, and then it'll travel to here, and then back around the rest of the canvas. Those little focal points really help your composition. And you know, the only way to get that is, you know, with the tilting and intentionally trying to find those opportunities. I'm really happy with this. Let me show you the details. Let's just kind of zoom in here a bit. First off, the edges. I love it when it goes over the edges like that. So pretty. And we can travel up through here. There's that wonky little area. I love it. I think I wasn't sure at first, but now I'm so glad I kept it. These lines are beautiful. The gold took over a little bit, and I was hoping for a few more cells like that, but I like what I've gotten. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. There's some really beautiful transparency in that area there and right there. Oh, that's from the cloud mix that I used. I'm super happy with this. So let's see how she dries. So here we have the dry results. It's a little bit hazy out today, so I'm not getting the shine that I wanted to show you on that because that gold is really sparkling. But I love it. As I got it on the wall, I think I like this orientation best. Almost reminds me of like the desert dunes. It's like an abstract landscape. It's beautiful, and these colors dried beautifully. I love the little thin lines amongst wider lines. Lots of dimension. I love the motion, I love the colors. I'm really happy with this. I hope you like it too. So thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to do the YouTube things and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Give the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, share it with a friend, and go mix up some paints and be fearless.